live now. Welcome everyone to In-Demand Jobs Week. This is a special week that happens once a year where across Ohio we celebrate different paths and career paths. And today we're with the Dayton Region Manufacturers Association, and I'm going to pass the mic to Kayla to introduce everyone and kick us off. Thank you so much, Kayla, and thank you to all of our speakers today.
All right, good morning, everyone. My name is Kayla, and I'm with the Dayton Region Manufacturers Association, and I'm excited to be here to kick off In-Demand Jobs Week by chatting with you about careers in advanced manufacturing. I am joined today by Don, Heather, and Tom, and they are going to speak with you about why manufacturing is such a great industry. But before we get to them, I just wanted to cover a few basics with you guys. Share my screen. Okay. So first of all, what is manufacturing? Essentially, it is making things. Everything around you had to be manufactured at some point, from the chair that you're sitting in to the screen that you're looking at, and even the clothes that you're wearing. And chances are pretty high that it was manufactured right here in Ohio. Manufacturing companies in the greater Dayton region are thriving and looking to hire. This is a high-tech, high-paying industry that has a variety of employment options for people of all ages, skill levels, and educational backgrounds. So no matter where your skills and passions lie, there is a place for you in modern manufacturing. And a really great thing about this industry is that it's really easy to get into with little to no experience. As you can see on the screen, there are plenty of career opportunities for every level of education, from a high school diploma all the way up to an advanced degree. And the average starting salary for manufacturing in this region is much higher than other entry-level careers. Starting pay in the area averages around $15 to $16 an hour. And as you gain more experience, it's just going to go up from there. So that's everything from me. I'm going to turn it over to our speakers and let them introduce themselves. Don, you want to go first?
Sure, I'm Don Klausler with Champion GSE out in Springfield. I've been in manufacturing all my life, started off running machines and programming machines to make a variety of things. And currently, Champion GSE, we make large metal shipping containers to protect customers' valued items, such as jet engines and Humvee transmissions and helicopter blades and such.
Thank you, Don. Heather?
Yes, my name is Heather Parrish, and I work for Tech Metals, Inc. We are located in the city of Dayton, and we represent a different piece of manufacturing. We are an additive service in the manufacturing process. So a lot of the people or companies who are manufacturers send us their product, and we provide an additive service to prolong the life and the cycles that those items may present or have in the life field. I also represent probably a different kind of demographic when it comes to manufacturing. I went to college and got a degree, and then I found myself looking and moving into the manufacturing industry. So I'm a little bit different in that hands-on, in my blood experience of manufacturing. I don't have it, but I do bring some fun new things from a different background to manufacturing.
All right, and last but not least, Tom. Tom, you are muted.
Okay, there we go. Yeah. Just want to say welcome, everybody. I want to thank you. My name is Tom Thompson. I'm with French Oil Mill Machinery Company up in Piqua, Ohio, where we manufacture custom-made hydraulic presses, polymer presses, as well as oil seed extraction screw presses. We've been doing that. We've been in business here in Piqua since 1900, so we're very well established, and we sell our products all around the world. We have a number of different types of opportunities for people to join our organization, becoming machinists, whether they be manual machinists or CNC machinists, or for those who are gone on to college and would like to have a job as an electrical engineer, programming engineer. as well. So we have a wide variety, and we are a family-owned business, which is a great opportunity.
Thank you, Tom. All right, for our audience, I will be asking our panelists some questions, but I'm also keeping an eye on the YouTube chat. So if you have something that you'd like to ask, either Don, Heather, or Tom, just put it in there and we'll get that over to them. So my first question, and I'll go through all three of you, is why did you choose this career? So Don, we'll start with you. Why did you choose manufacturing?
Well, I'll be honest. I started off in college also, and I graduated without a job. My father had a small machine shop that used different machines to cut metal and make parts. So he told me to stay there the summer, and then when everybody went back to school, I could mail out resumes. I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the thought of using my ability to create something of value. And I actually graduated from Miami University. But that summer, I started taking classes at Sinclair to learn more about machining, in particular, that type of manufacturing. And my career has taken me through a variety of manufacturing, but regardless of how we're doing it, it's just that creating something that didn't exist before and it exists now because I was part of that.
Thank you. Heather, over to you. Why did you choose this career?
And you know, my story is similar to Don's. Graduated and didn't know what I wanted to do. I had a degree that covered a multitude of career paths and things that I could do. And I stumbled upon Tech Metals on Indeed, to be quite honest with you. And it was something that I said, you know what, I'm gonna give it a try. Let me see if I can do this HR thing. My degree covers it. I can work in HR. I love talking and helping other people, but I know there's more to it than just helping people. So I started with our company almost 7 years ago as our front desk. Fell in love with the family-oriented atmosphere, which is very consistent for a manufacturing career. The family-owned, operated companies that really care about you and want to see your success holistically was something that was a breath of fresh air to me. So our company we've been here over 50 years, and it still felt like everyone was family, and that has kept me here for the time that I have been, and just the investment that Tech Metals that we make in our employees beyond just being an operator or being labor on the shop floor has really sold it for me and helped me to continue my career path here.
Thank you, Heather. And Tom, why did you choose this career?
All right. Well, my route is a little bit different, okay, in that after I completed school, I went into the military and had a career. And in the military, you do a lot of training. So, you know, to me, it was easy when I separated from active duty to go into a training role with human resources in the manufacturing environment. And that first environment was with Kellogg Company. And I was training people out on the production floor, out in the warehouse, and that really was something that I thoroughly enjoyed as well. I came here to French Oil very much like Heather had said, because it's a family-run business and people are people, they're not numbers. We get to have one-on-one sessions with them and train them. So to me, training in HR, you know, is all something that's very integral in getting a workforce up to speed and getting them connected. So that's the main reason why I've joined, because of the training aspect and being with people and working with people, helping them succeed.
Great, thank you, Tom. And I think I know the answer to this question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. So for all three of you, are your companies hiring right now?
Yes.
That was a lot of emphatic nods from all three. So we'll mix up the order a little bit. Heather, what types of jobs are Tech Metals looking for right now?
So we present a unique opportunity. because the jobs that we have, we don't have machine operators. We have what are called platers. And that is the entry level, get your foot in the door, learn what it means to work here at Tech Metals, learn what we actually do here and the service that we provide for our customers. So we are hiring platers, which could be considered machine operators in the manufacturing field, but there are no machines. We are also hiring quality technicians. We need people who have attention to detail and an eye and ability to stay disciplined to the specs that our customers are expecting when they receive their parts. So once our parts have been processed, we need someone to come in and reaffirm that the process that we say has been applied has actually been applied. So those are two major things that we are looking for. And they all provide the ability for growth within our company. There are several different levels and opportunities for someone who enters into a plating or quality tech entry level position. And again, these require no previous training because much like Tom said, we are a heavy education and training atmosphere. So we will train you for what you need to know. But those are two opportunities, again, for people to get their foot in the door and grow with the company and become part of our family of engineers here that we have.
All right, Tom, over to you. What kind of jobs does French Oil have open right now?
Okay, well, right now we have a number of jobs that are open. We do have machinist positions, working out in our production area, making the different parts for our presses, or when a customer calls because they need a repair part, we will custom made those. So we're very much custom here. We're what we call a job shop, in which it is not a mass production of different things, but it is specific things, okay? So that's what's unique about that job. And it's both CNC as well as manual machining. People have different career paths and different ways in which they want to go into manufacturing. So we have other opportunities too in our engineering department for an electrical engineer, as well as for a project engineer, and as well as part of our production support team too, where they buy materials, support the production of the machines by getting those specialty type of materials we need. So that's pretty much the positions we have. We have a few.
Don, what about you?
We're the same. We a lot of skilled work, and by that, our company does. We kind of differentiate between machining and fabricating. And so, machining, like Tom was describing, making parts, taking hunks of metal and changing their shape to make them function a certain way. A screw doesn't come off a screw tree. A screw starts as a hunk of metal, and you take away everything that doesn't belong there, and then it looks and works like a screw. Fabrication, we take metal and we form it and shape it to a different look, as opposed to taking material away. So we're using welders who marry material. We're using press brake operators that form and shape the material, machinists. And like Heather was saying also, we have entry-level positions. If you're not skilled and experienced in those skilled positions, we have some that are non-skilled. In our environment, it's tough. It's hard, dirty work because you're usually cleaning a lot of the weld slag so that we have a good surface to paint, a good surface to verify that our welds are good. But somebody who proves themselves, shows up every day, works hard, wants to learn, we'll have the ability to move them into those other skilled areas, work with local colleges and community colleges to develop those skills. And if they decide their path isn't so much making something themselves, as Tom was saying, but they want to be part of that world, like Heather, we can help them see a career path in purchasing and HR and finance and accounting, because manufacturing needs all those disciplines. It's not just about making parts.
And this question might be more for Tom and Heather, since you both work in HR. So when you're hiring, and you're looking at resumes and you're doing interviews, what sorts of qualities or skills are you looking for when you do those hiring? Tom, why don't you go first?
Okay, I'd say, the mechanical aptitude, okay, being able to think through things, take a look at a drawing and to be able to visualize that and then to use your technical expertise in making the machine produce those parts. That's really a very important skill set. Attention to detail. Also being able, good communicator. You got to be able to talk with the individuals who are giving you the work so that you understand fully. You may be giving work to other individuals to do, so you need to communicate where you were in that. So I mean, just that critical thinking of aspects is very, very important. And their dedication. They're going to come to work every day. I mean, that is so very important that that people have that work ethic and that they come to work that way. And that's what's going to have you succeed in life.
Heather, what about you?
Yes, a lot of what Tom and Don just said, just to reiterate, a major thing that a lot of us, and they can probably confirm this, that we're looking for is that consistency and dedication. Because a person who's going to come to work every day is going to learn everything that we need for them to learn. I mean, it's almost kind of like osmosis, but not really, but just being at work every single day, getting their hands dirty, showing that they want to be here, is really just a great foundational principle that is going to help anyone to succeed and excel at anything that they do naturally. So that's a major thing that we look for. Another thing that I think is beneficial, and it kind of goes along with that mechanical aptitude, is just reading comprehension and ability to have a little bit of math skills. We're not looking for the next Albert Einstein or anything like that, but the ability to read the job traveler or the router that you have and translate that information into the practical hands-on application. And you could also say that that's listening skills and ability to listen and pay attention, and have those foundational kind of, they're innate things. They're not necessarily, we're not looking for an engineer or anything like that. We just want someone who's going to be dedicated to come and join the team and contribute.
Well said.
Don, do you have anything to add to that?
No. They said it and they're right. Just because you have strong skills that you're taught, that won't in itself make you successful in your career. Your desire to work on a team, your desire to be better, the skills you develop beyond those that you don't have, that's what's going to get you a job, and that's what's going to advance your career.
Great, thank you. Yeah, great answers all around, guys. So I have a fun question up next. So what is the coolest thing you have ever seen or done in your job? Heather, we'll start with you. Put you on the spot.
Well, oh my goodness, probably one of the things that we love to, well, there's two things we love to brag about here. We had the opportunity to work with the United States Mint on the actual stamps and presses that they use to make dollar bills with. So we had the fun problem solving of figuring out how to plate the actual presses and that they sent to us with arm guards, and we only got half of them at a time. So that was fun. And then another one that is more relevant to all the things that are going on today is we get to work with a customer who sends things into space very often. So we get to celebrate the wins when those launches are successful. And we get to know that Dayton's footprint and Ohio's footprint is involved in those launches, and we get to send something up there too that our employees get to say, I was a part of that. I made that happen. I made that successful. So those were a couple that I'm allowed to share with the group today.
No, that's really cool, Heather. Don, what about you?
You know, I've been fortunate to see a lot, but kind of along, like Heather was saying, we are typically making something for somebody else and part of something bigger. So, you know, it's what we've done that fits in the bigger projects. Like I said, we make engine stands that hold $20 million jet engines. So just to see one of those up close. But one of the things that I thought was cool going back in my history a little bit is that we actually made a mold. So we had a customer that made bases. They had proprietary information on this material, and it made bases for pumps. Okay, so just what they did was they made pump bases with this special stuff. But they came to us and they needed a mold because this is very small. This would typically be about 10 foot by 4 foot. And they wanted to make sales samples because their material was so special, but they wanted something, the basic shape. So I actually made the mold. I took the material. It wasn't anything fancy in all honesty, but I took a hunk of metal and I carved it out so that when they poured the material in, they would pop this out and their salespeople would use this. What I'm suggesting to me that is so cool was to know that in Dayton, Ohio, I made a tool that they poured this material in and made thousands of these. And these things went all over the world for them to do deals to sell their pump bases and create more jobs. So while I never actually saw one of these pump bases and I wasn't part of that whole thing, I was part of something that what I created helped make something that went all over the world, helped them draw more business, helped them make more jobs. And in a small, weird way, I was kind of part of that.
That's great. Thank you, Don. Yeah, Don brings up a good point that, you know, being in manufacturing allows you to be a part of something bigger, even if it's making just one little part that goes on the Mars rover. You know, still, you were a part of that. So it's pretty awesome. Tom, what about you?
Well, I'd have to say that, you know, in manufacturing, you know, my biggest hurrah moment would be when we started up a new facility down in Dayton, and it was the Fuyao Glass America plant. That was just an empty building. So we were instrumental in designing the inside as well as working with the Chinese folks on determining the type of skill sets employees needed to have, the type of equipment, the production plans, the ramp ups of each of the different types of lines, as well as putting together all the different policies that they have that we wanted our new employees and to hire those new employees. So starting from just 2 US people and 3 Chinese people, growing it on up to over 2,500 people was a challenge, and it was a lot of fun. You know, once again, go back to what I said before, working with people, training people, determining how production needs to be made. You know, it's just, that was, to me, that was a big accomplishment that a lot of people took a part on, and I'm just happy I was part of that.
Thank you, Tom. All right, I think we've got time for one more question for everyone. So for our students who are watching today, what would you tell them if they wanted to prepare for a career in manufacturing? Don, you want to go first?
Sure. I would say the one thing they can do is be confident that there is going to be jobs in manufacturing, and they can be confident they can find a career path that they will be happy with. So to prepare it, it's just kind of make that commitment. Right now, get into a shop, get into a company. If you're going to stay on the education path, then stay on, as Heather said, definitely some math and some English and reading. Those are just basics. But then if you can, whatever you can pursue into more skilled work at the community colleges or the CTCs, do that. But if you don't have the means or you don't want to be in school anymore, which I get it, get into a company, work hard, show that you are interested, see what path you can take, and just move with confidence that there is going to be a future in manufacturing for you. So that confidence, stay in school, try and get some skilled training, but most importantly, just get into the environment and see all the possibilities.
All right, Don, you covered that perfectly, but Heather, do you have anything to add to that?
He absolutely did. I would also just piggyback off of that and say, quite candidly, don't pigeonhole yourself. Don't assume that manufacturing is the manufacturing that maybe your parents or your grandparents told you stories of, because manufacturing is growing. We're an industry that literally nothing can survive without manufacturing. Even with the threat of robotics and technology and everything else, there still has to be a human aspect. There still has to be a body there to control the process. And humans are just not, we're not replaceable. You can't replace us with technology for the things that we see. And the defects that we can visualize and know, and just not run off of true false computer coding. And I'm not knocking that computer coding, because maybe that's something that you're good at and you provide that additive service, but you're still adding to manufacturing, because a computer can't code itself on its own yet. So don't pigeonhole yourself and think that it's just this boring old assembly line environment, because it's not that anymore. It is very much growing, learning, and it's an organic thing that is ever evolving. And you really can't pass up on a skilled trade. Everyone needs a skilled trade at some point. And for the kids that are watching, if a zombie apocalypse happened tomorrow, the people who know how to weld, the people who know how to get dirty and do those types of things, they commonly survive in those movies because they have a skilled trade. So skilled trades are not lost. They are still an opportunity for you to excel and have the life that you want to live as well too, because the compensation is catching up to the work that's being done. So I would just tell them to definitely not pigeonhole themselves into thinking that it's boring. It's not that at all.
Thank you, Heather. All right, Tom, it is 11:30. So if you have a 5-second answer to add to that.
I'd say Don and Heather nailed it. Stay attuned to what you want to do. Talk to your career counselors. Talk to people in the industry that you're thinking of. Get as good as understanding of it as you want, and then you'll be able to determine best what you're going to be able to do and succeed at.
All right, great. And I just have one thing to add that you guys can do. So if you are a freshman or a sophomore, check out your local Career Tech Center. They're going to offer top-notch training, and companies are usually lining up to hire the students that are coming out of those programs. But if you want to stay at your home school, that's fine too. So talk to your guidance counselor. Your school may already have a tech program or clubs or other activities that can help you kind of get on your path. And then for those of you who are graduating soon, definitely check out Earn and Learn programs through your area community college. This is going to be a great way for you to make money, earn an industry recognized credential, and then get the real world training that you need and get connected with an employer. And finally, is just start applying for jobs. Like Don, Tom, and Heather said, you don't necessarily need all the skilled training right now. They will take care of that. They are just looking for people who are excited to come to work, want to learn something. And so go ahead and apply. You can check out Ohio Means Jobs, Indeed, Monster, LinkedIn, wherever you can apply for jobs, you can check that out. And then one more link, I'll drop this in the YouTube chat as well. If you want to check out the website, www.yourfuturecareer.org, you'll find some more information on careers, and there's a contact form. So if you fill that out and say you're interested in manufacturing, that'll come straight to me. And then I can help you, kind of personalize what you're looking for. And Brian, that's all I've got. Thank you so much for letting us join today.
Absolutely. Thank you. Absolutely. Thank you, everyone, so much for participating in our first day of In-Demand Jobs Week. You just got to hear from some awesome folks and heard about how you might fare better in a zombie apocalypse if you learn the skilled trades. But outside of that, we're just so grateful to all of our speakers. We're so grateful for DRMA to talk with students today. We have different in-demand jobs being highlighted all week, so hope you jump back to our YouTube and check out some of our other YouTube live sessions we'll be hosting this week. And we'll see you next time. Thanks, everyone, so much. And I'm going to go ahead and end the stream now. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.